Live. Oh yeah. I'm live. Oh yeah. I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. I'm live at a live studio audience. Yeah. Oh, let me plug this in real quick. There. That way I don't lose power. I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. And I'm gonna complain about Mario. Gonna complain about Mario. I can do this. I can. All messages. I want to see. I want to see them all. I want to see all the messages. All right, let's start this discussion off. Even though there's nobody really here yet. 'Cause actually, no, there's one person. But anyway, yeah, let's start this discussion off with 3D All Stars, because yeah, I'm here to complain about Mario because I'm waiting. I can't upload a video right now because I'm still working on stuff and laundry's going. So I figured right now would be a perfect time to do a mini live stream and complain about these games on the Nintendo Switch because I got nothing else better to do. Hey, Chair Bear. Yeah, I'm here to complain for no reason other than I can, because yes. And there's several things about each of these I don't like, and we're gonna get into that. Also, I will talk about pros. You know, there are some good things about these games, but let's just get into it. Let's let's just get into it, like Philip DeFranco. All right. So the first one on the list is Super Mario 64. This one, I will admit, Nintendo really dropped the ball. I feel like for Super Mario 64, they really, really, really badly needed to what's it called? Put the game in a higher resolution and added widescreen support. I don't know why they didn't put it in 16 by 9, like at all. Like it makes no sense why they didn't do that. Or boost the frame rate for that matter. Like what? It's a game from the 90s. I feel like that should be possible on modern hardware. Another thing about this game, it would not have been that hard to add camera control. For the love of God, they could have improved the camera control. And you can't even say it's just a direct port because they patched all the glitches, all the speedrunning tactics. So they were doing some changes. I mean, I guess if you want to play the original Mario 64 as it was intended, it's an alright way to play it. But yeah, it's still Mario 64. I understand a lot of people feel nostalgic for this game, but I'll be honest. The game kind of sucks. I want, because I want to. That is why. I have nothing else better to do today. I can't do any recording right now because I'm doing laundry and it's going to be a minute before I can upload the next ASMR video. So I figured it'd be fun to do a little complaining. I wanted to bitch for like 20 minutes. So that's what we're doing. Yeah, I understand it's not a great use of time, but I figured it'd be funny and funny and fun to complain and talk about these games. But yeah, I guess if you actually are though looking to play Mario 64 without emulating it, this would be the good way to do it. Not that I'm suggesting you emulate it. Totally should never do that, and should totally not go on a ROM site and download a ROM and get an emulator like DSME. You know, totally shouldn't do that because it's illegal to download an emulator like DSME, and you should totally not get Mario 64 DS for that, or get N64 emulator and play it on that. I totally would not recommend that at all. Where you can boost the frame rate and have a higher resolution and have the game run better and keep all the fun glitches intact. Totally not. Would not recommend that at all. That you go to one of those websites and download it. Personally, shouldn't do it, you know. Just saying, you know. It's totally not like you can find a really, really good emulator and a really good ROM that can do that without having to pay $60 for a crappy, less better running screen, probably shrunk screen version of the game. Totally Totally should not do that. Yes. Anyway, some pros about this is it is one of the first re-releases of the game since Nintendo 64. I'd say it definitely is a product of its time. Like I said before, camera controls are a big oof. They're not that good. Movement in the game can be fun, but a lot of the time you're fighting against the movement of the game. I remember playing and beating it was actually kind of a pain, just how the game controlled. So yeah, this game, it's fun if you want like a nostalgia trip or you just want to experience something from before you were born, like I do. But definitely a game that's not like super nostalgic for me or that interesting. I would recommend the DS version. I understand like the DS version's not as like liked because of the controls, but you get a lot more content. Plus, it's not it at least runs better. All right, I'll give it that. It runs better than the Switch version. I'm shocked. And yeah, Switch controls are not that great. Would recommend well, I guess no, I would not recommend emulating it because that's illegal. But if you did, yeah, with drift, I'm gotten lucky not having to experience drift, but I don't play my Switch that often, so haven't had to worry about it. The central gameplay of collecting stars is interesting, although a lot of the time I don't know what I'm doing to collect the star because it's not super descriptive sometimes. That's another complaint I really have about Mario 64. Definitely is a product of its time. It's a revolutionary because it was the first game with a 3D camera. I understand that. But if you're going to re-release the game, improve some of the things about it that make it a little hard to approach, like the camera and the movement controls. I think those are the top two things that needed to be improved in this game, and they didn't. So yeah, definitely Mario 64 is, out of all the three, is definitely the one that needs the most fixing. Which is what I would say if Mario Sunshine was not included. Holy shit, I'm surprised this got released at all. This is one of the most buggy, unfinished Mario games I have ever played. And that's saying a lot. Holy fuck. Have you guys never seen some Mario Sunshine? This game works on like string and gum. It barely functions. And half the time when it does function, it's satisfying when it works. But a lot of the time it doesn't. And you need to be like a master to make this game work at all. I think one of the main problems with Sunshine, again, is the controls, but also the fact that a lot of the game is buggy and doesn't work. Like the manhole covers, there's so many times where I've gotten killed by manhole covers. There's the stupid Patinko machine. If you don't remember that, that was a nightmare. May God have mercy on your soul if you ever try to 100% this either. Because blue coins suck. The blue coins in this game suck. They suck so hard. The red coins also suck. I really know about these. Okay, so if you don't know about Super Mario Sunshine Fandom Mania, this game is by far the buggiest 3D Mario game. And putting the port to Switch, they didn't fix any of the bugs. They're all still there. It still barely functions. It's a game that, frankly, should not have been re-released. It should have been forgotten, like it was before. There's a reason why Galaxy came out. It's because this game was a fucking travesty. Pardon my French. This game sucks. I don't think I've ever played a game that's made me want to throw my Switch through a window more than this one. Alright? Super Mario Sunshine is a game that should have never, ever came out, or at least given another year before it came out. 100% would not recommend even emulating this garbage. Also, just gonna say this. You patched all the bugs in Mario 64, but you couldn't do Sunshine? Why couldn't you do Sunshine? You went back and did all that stuff to 64, but you couldn't do Sunshine? How hard it would have been to just do Sunshine. And I don't know, your comments aren't being stubborn, Chair, but I'm just sticking to the Mario stuff. Yeah, the Sunshine stuff is just, oh my god. I don't think I've ever played a game that was so bad of release and re-released with the same problems. I can't believe Nintendo is proud of this garbage. This is garbage. Nintendo Sunshine is just garbage. Yeah, we're gonna get to Galaxy in a minute. It's a really good game, but it does have some problems. I just think Mario Sunshine, out of all three of these, is definitely the most broken and messed up game in the package. And only the game I would actually recommend avoiding. This is the only Mario game I'd recommend that you not play. It is a game that will drive you fucking nuts with how many times it'll bug out, kill you accidentally, how many times you'll be cheated out of a victory because the game just says no. Mario Sunshine is by far the worst in all three of these. And I don't know, people are gonna say, oh, Mario 64. It's well, not Mario 64. Mario Sunshine. It's a classic. It's a game from my childhood. It's a game with so much love and crafting and flood. And I'm like, the game fucking sucks. All right, the game is not fun. All right, I think that's the clear problem here. This game controls like ass. This one at least had an excuse. It was the first 3D Mario game. This one does not have an excuse. Also, they removed Rumble with the Switch. I'm just saying, boo. This game deserves to be in the trash. Just not, I tried playing it once, did not have a good time. Tried to beat it, kept getting screwed out of victories over and over and over. Just, no. Bad Mario Sunshine. And again, they fixed Mario 64's bugs that no one wanted them to fix, but they couldn't fix the main problems with Sunshine because it's that broken. Oh no, I'm not gaming. Oh, another game I played, Mario and Sonic Limit Games. I've only ever played the DS one. Yeah. Anyway, moving on from this travesty is Mario Galaxy. Yeah, I couldn't beat Mario Sunshine. I kept on getting stuck on a level I can't beat. Yeah, Mario Sunshine. Would not even recommend emulating this garbage. And finally, the only reason I would bought this game, this whole package, the only reason I got this, Mario Galaxy. For context, I have a Switch Lite. And because I have a Switch Lite, I could not enjoy this to its full extent. That being said, I still enjoyed it. There's a lot of good things about this. They remapped the spin move to a button. Thank Christ. I'll check it out later, Chairbear. I'll check out your DM. But Super Mario Galaxy fixed one of the blaring issues with the original was the spin move. And it wasn't like it was a very big problem. It just was tiring to constantly keep swinging your Wii remote every time you wanted to jump. Thank God they moved that to a button. Now on to the bad thing. This game, actually, let's move on. Talk about a couple good things it did, because there are a couple good things. One, beautiful, beautiful HD. I think out of all the games that needed the Switch treatment, this one was the one that needed it the most. It's in beautiful HD graphics. Everything's been, the resolution's been upped on everything. It looks beautiful on the Switch. Amazing. 10 out of 10 graphically wise. Gameplay wise, it plays amazing. Jumping around is fun. It's fluid. There's no real big problems. It's a really, really good experience. 10 out of 10. Gameplay and graphic wise. Sound. Oh my God, the songs in this are iconic. Almost as much as Mario 64. Actually, more than Mario 64. I'm constantly listening to Bowie Galaxy, Wind Galaxy, Bowser's final boss fight. I mean, there's so many songs from Mario Galaxy that I listen to regularly just while editing. Mario Galaxy has an amazing soundtrack. Hell, it was so good they used it in the Mario movie. Amazing soundtrack, amazing gameplay, amazing. Now I get to go into something that's kind of really, really bad. The motion controls. I was really, really hoping Mario Galaxy would just not have them. Or if they did have them, they wouldn't be in the way they are now. For context, I used I don't know if this changes it. Maybe it's better with the little Switch controller things, little one Switch things. I played it with a Switch Pro controller. That is bad. The Switch Pro controller constantly, the gyro controls, constantly messed up, and I kept having to resync it like every 10 minutes. Joy-Con, sorry, yeah, thank you. I constantly kept having to resync it. It was horrendous. Most of the time, you're not using the motion controls, so it's not that big of a problem. You're just using them for collecting star bits, which is kind of important, but not really. You could technically play the whole game without collecting them. But if you do 100%, like I do in Mario games, it's kind of important. The motion controls in this fucking suck. I'm sorry, Nintendo. Everything else about this game is great. The motion controls are bad. They're just horrendous. I never thought I'd say the day where the Wii's motion controls were 20 times better than the Switch's. And that's over a decade difference. Think about it. The Nintendo Switch came out over a decade ago, and it's better than the Switch's motion controls. Granted, the Switch is not a motion-based console. But if you're gonna include motion controls and have a game that relies on them a lot, it's important for the motion controls to work and not spasm off the edge of the screen every time you try aiming. Like I'll be holding my controller like this and I'm trying to collect all the stars. And then my cursor was trying to aim it like in the center of the screen. And then it goes, pew! And I'm like, no, I want to aim it, but it's stuck in the corner. So I gotta stop the game, turn off my controller, turn on my controller, let it resync, play the game again. I had to do that every 10 to 20 minutes, every time I had to use motion controls. And there's some levels in this game that require motion controls. Not a lot of them, but there are some. For example, there's a mission where you're in a bubble, and you're pushing the bubble with wind from your controller using motion controls. And if that spasms out, it'll push you into a death barrier and kill you. There's times where you gotta aim a plant back and slingshot yourself. There are times when you're using motion controls, like for example, there's this thing where you're balancing on a manta ray, and if you fall off the edge of the map, you have to completely restart the race. And those are just small moments from the game that require motion controls, and Mario Galaxy doesn't work well with them. Like I said, it'll work for the first 10 minutes and then break. It's bad. And then finally, there's one more thing I need to bring up. One more thing with this package. Why didn't they include Super Mario Galaxy 2? I know everyone and their mothers complained about this with this game. But where is Super Mario Galaxy 2? Where is it? This is not 3D All-Stars. Alright? This is not. 3D All-Stars would include all the 3D games from the Wii era, at the very least, up to that point. And we're missing some. And it is a travesty that game's not included. Granted, I like this one more. This is the one I played first. This is the one I have the most nostalgia to. These two I never played as a kid. But this one I did. This one I deeply enjoyed. And while I wasn't really going to buy it for Galaxy 2, I still think it was important to include it as a 3D All-Star. You consider 3 games as 3D All-Star, which is sad. And you use the All-Star name from the Nintendo SNES era, and that game had like 5 games. 1, 2, 3, Super Mario World. Well, 4 games, technically. 3. I understand not including 3D World. I understand not including 3D Land, because technically that got re-released as its own game. But why not Super Mario Galaxy 2? It wouldn't have been hard. It really wouldn't. You could do the same treatment you gave Mario Galaxy 1. And you know, Mario Galaxy 2, in a lot of ways, is the superior game. I will not lie. I have more nostalgia for this. I enjoy this more. But I acknowledge that Super Mario Galaxy 2 was more beloved than the other ones. Other one, I should say, not ones. And they didn't include it. And no one knows for what reason they didn't. And it's a shame. I understand Victoria 3D All-Stars is basically meaning all 3 games. But Super Mario Galaxy 2 is more classic. If not, you're just significantly better than Galaxy. I can acknowledge that. Galaxy 2 was more fun. Honestly, it is. I enjoy this one more, but I understand Galaxy 2 lovers. And it's a shame it wasn't included. It's from the Wii era. If you're gonna include these three, that one should have been included. I understand why 3D World wasn't included. That has its own release. That's already been re-released. I understand why some other big 3D games have not been released. But Mario Galaxy 2 has never been re-released. It's still stuck on the Wii. It's a game that desperately needed a Switch port, just like this one, to be caught up and be playable. And it never got it. It's the same reason why these two were released despite them being very poor quality. This is something we need, and it never came. 3D All-Stars is a very weird package because you have a game that's all right but desperately needed some fixes, and they didn't fix it in the right areas and chose to produce some weird things. You have this, which is just broken, doesn't work, would not recommend. And then you have this, which is so close to perfection. It's so close. So many great things about this. It's just missing one element, which is the motion controls. And yeah, that's all I really have to say about this package. Is I have one more Mario game to cover, actually. Before I forget, I do have one more Mario game to cover that I've been saving for just this stream, this kind of stream. Do I have it in here yet? Okay. One final one. Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. Even if it doesn't say Legend of the Seven Stars anymore, for some reason. Now, throughout this entire stream, I've complained, I've moaned, I've bitched about these three games. I've had a lot to complain about, a lot to say, a lot to do, but Super Mario RPG, I deeply enjoyed my time with this game. I enjoyed beating it, I enjoyed playing it, and as a fan of the old game, I think this is an excellent port, and I think this is an excellent remake of this game. And would recommend you all to try it if you like RPGs. Super Mario RPG is a game that I played on an emulator when I was a kid. This is going through a very hard time of my life, and I happened to find it, and I happened to enjoy it. It is a game that anytime I get the chance to, I try to acquire it in a new way, such as getting the SNES Classic. Yeah. Now, if you did play the original, there are new things in this game that are sort of controversial. For one, the team mechanic has been redone in the sense of you can all contribute to a superpower by playing the game regularly and unleash a lot of damage or heal your whole party, etc. Also, a lot of bosses have been reworked, improved, and you can even rematch certain bosses in the game if you're looking for extra challenge, including a super secret boss, which got a glow up. This game, I think, is what this should have been. This is what this should have been. And I want to compare these two for a very good reason. All the graphics in these were reworked. Gameplay reworked. Bosses reworked. Platforming reworked. From the ground up, everything in this was remade to work on modern systems and be playable and be enjoyable. This game was made with love, passion, and respect to the original fans, but added new stuff for new fans, or old fans. This is a game that can be played by people who enjoyed the original and people who are just jumping in. An excellent game. This was made by people who just wanted to make a quick buck and wanted to bank it in on nostalgia. This game is just, or these few games are ports. even Mario Galaxy. These games desperately needed what this got. And I don't want to hear it's impossible, because this got that treatment. And they're obviously willing to put resources into this and not their main flagship. These games right here all desperately needed a facelift. This one the most. Super Mario Sunshine needed it the absolute most. And none of them got it. The closest one that got to it was Mario Galaxy, who arguably didn't really need it. Sure, the graphic bump is nice, but Mario 64 could have used that, and so could have Sunshine. These three games were horrendously mishandled. And I don't understand how you can mess up these three games at all. They're your classics. These are what people remember Nintendo for. There's people that play Zelda. There's people that play Metro. There's people that play Pokemon. But Mario? That's Nintendo's bread and butter. That's their baby. And they treated their baby like this. I want that to be understood why that's a travesty. These games are their baby. They're bread and butter. They make sure you can't emulate them. They make sure they're not preserved. They make sure there's no possible way for you to play them in the modern day. And yet, this is how they brought them back. In a poor, horribly mismanaged, just compromised way. I have never seen a port like this, ever. I understand why they initially released them the ways they did. Super Mario Sunshine was the first 3D game ever. I understand why that is the way it is. I get it. I was born after this came out, so I don't have the nostalgia for it. But I understand it. Super Mario Sunshine, they were experimenting. They didn't have enough time to get the game done, and they rushed it. I understand why this is the way it is. It is a game made by people desperately trying to justify the GameCube's existence. Super Mario Galaxy was what they learned from Sunshine. A game made because they messed up so royal in this, they had to make something perfect. And they did, for the time. Each one of these games released as a consequence to the other. And for the time, they worked. Maybe not great, except for this one, but they worked. But if you're going to re-release these games, if you're going to be remaking it, if you're going to be having people play these in modern day, you need to make it enjoyable. And the only one that got close to that is Mario Galaxy, a game that already was enjoyable. They didn't really need to do anything to it. Mario 64 needed reworked graphic controls and reworked graphics and reworked controls. Desperately. Hell, you could have just put the DS models as the models in this, and it would have been fine. Put the movement from 64 and the DS graphics would have been fine. Wouldn't have been great, but it would have been fine. Super Mario Sunshine, a game so buggy it's unplayable. You don't even need to improve the graphics, they're actually pretty decent. But it desperately needed glitch fixes. It desperately needed to be reworked from the ground up to fix the controls, because they barely work. Super Mario Galaxy, a game that has a lot of motion controls, and you got everything right but the motion controls. That's what I mean when I say this is how they treated their baby. This is how they treated their Mario. The guy that's their cash cow. I mean, you have Pokemon. Everyone loves Pokemon. Everyone loves Zelda. But everyone knows Mario. Every time a Mario game comes out, everyone's jumping to buy it and play it. Same deal with Pokemon. Flagship. And they did it with this. This is the game they decided to perfect. And I'm happy. Super Mario RPG is a great game. Fun. Amazing. But not these ones? It's why it's baffling. It's baffling to me that this is the release they decided to make. And it's confusing. Because you have another company, which is not Nintendo. Wow, this is made by a company that's not Nintendo, I believe. Someone else made this. But they can't make this good? What happened? That is just my point with a lot of these. A lot of them desperately needed more love and a lot more respect. And you can pretty much see on every single one. Final little tangent. What's going on with the soundtrack? I know, I understand, like, oh yeah, let's include the soundtracks off to the side. But can't you just, like, include them in the game? Maybe I'm the wrong audience for this. But I feel like it was kind of dumb the way they set the soundtrack up, where you have to, like, scroll over to the side to get to it, and it's not inside the game. It's weird. I don't know, just something I noticed. Also, hey, Charles, I just noticed you. I was so busy ranting, my brain went into, like, oh. I have a weird feeling my birthday won't be exciting this month. I think it will be. I think you'll have a good time. It's funny because this is the most I've heard you swear. Oh, yeah. I don't swear a lot. I'm very passionate about my video games. I'm very, very passionate. Don't steal my Pringles. How dare you? I'll eat you. Anyway, hey, Chilled Monkey Audios. Hey, Oliver. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm here complaining about Mario games. I'm kind of running out of things to say, but these sets of games are vastly different from each other. But ultimately, this one got more love than this one. I guess that's my point. And I guess that's really all I had to say. I just wanted to complain and moan for an hour-ish, about 30 minutes. So I thank you guys all for all joining the live. Now Mario stole the Pringles. I'll eat Mario. I'll eat him. But yeah, just wanted to say all that. And companies just try to bank on stupid things. Well, this one was just pure it was a pure nostalgia bait. It was a bait. Because people who bought this discovered just how broken and messed up these games were. Definitely would not recommend this as like would not recommend buying this. Actually, I don't think you even can anymore, because guess what? It was a limited release, which is even more dumb. You know, hey, we're gonna bring back these 3 nostalgic, classic games, and we're only gonna sell them for a year. Actually, it wasn't even a year, it was like a few months. Like, what? Nintendo? What? Hoping to see you back to gaming soon, Proxy. Oh, I hope to be gaming soon. My internet's not that good, but I try. You seem like you're more mad about Mario Sunshine. Oh yeah, I'm pissed. I'm pissed about Mario Sunshine. I'm angry. I'm so angry about this game. This is the game that has immense potential, and every time they bring it back, it's screwed up. Like, the initial release, it was bad, and then they re-released it, and somehow it's worse. I don't know how they managed this in this way. They broke the cutscenes. They broke the cutscenes. I'm just saying. Everything about Mario Sunshine is borked. From the cutscenes, to the gameplay, to the graphics, to just glitches. I don't know what the hell they were doing with Mario Sunshine. I could complain about this to the moon and back, man. I could be here for hours complaining about Mario Sunshine. This game is hot doo-doo. It is awful. Alright, Mario 64 has an excuse. It was the first 3D game ever. They didn't really know what they were doing. Mario Sunshine does not have that excuse. Mario Sunshine deserves to be thrown in the trash where it belongs. Holy shit. I don't think I've ever played a game this bad. I don't think you guys don't understand. If you guys have never played Mario Sunshine, this game does not work at all. If you want an understanding for how fucking infuriating this game is, watch the Game Grumps. Watch them play this fucking travesty. I guarantee you, you will hate it. Sorry, I get passionate about my Mario games, but just bad. Bad Mario Sunshine. 64 is somewhat forgivable because it doesn't have a lot of cutscenes. It's just gameplay focused. It just needs a little minor fixing. Mario Sunshine would need a ground up remake from the ground up to fix its problems. It is that broken. I dare say this game is unplayable. It is that bad. Seriously, watch the Game Grumps. Watch them play this. You will see what I'm talking about. This game is bad. I'd argue almost as bad as Sonic 06. And maybe people are like, oh, it's not that bad. It's that bad. It is that broken. Alright? It is nearly unplayable. Just like 06. It is disgusting that they released this game in the state they released it. And re-released it. They re-released this garbage. It's like they forego Mario Galaxy 2 and gave us this. They gave us this. They no Mario Galaxy 2, but they give us this piece of shit. I'm just, why? Why, Nintendo? Why do you come after me and my feelings, even though you have no idea who I am? Just garbage. People are like, oh, stop hating on Mario Sunshine. No, this game is garbage. Alright, I understand there's cute moments of Bowser Jr. and Bowser. I understand it's one of the first Mario games with any voice acting. I understand it's very unique setting. Cool, cool, cool. But the game fucking sucks. It's not fun to play. Would not recommend it. No. This game deserves to be thrown in the trash. Not all of them, just this one. But I can't. You know why? Because it's all on one cart. So I have to accept that it exists on a game next to damn near perfection and something that tried and innovated. This is awful. Horrible. I will say this to the ends of the moon, and the people that defend this shit is the reason we get games like Mario and Rabbids. It's the reason we get games like that. It's the reason why we get broken releases from modern AAA games. This was the modern AAA game of the early 2000s. Alright, this was the modern AAA game of 2003. This is a game that they pushed out the door and they couldn't fix because internet wasn't really a thing back then. YouTube was not really a thing. So when you bought this game, you were shocked and surprised that the game came out and was that bad from Nintendo. Why, Nintendo? Why? Why do you release crap like that and then re-release it into modern day so more people could suffer this garbage? I don't understand. As a child, I desperately wanted this game. I wanted it so badly. And then I got it in this package because I thought it'd be so much fun. Ooh, I finally get to play Mario Sunshine. Yay! I get to play Mario Sunshine for the first time. The game that I wanted to play in my childhood but couldn't get because I was homeless. And then I played it and I was so mad. I was so pissed because the game didn't work. I tried so hard and so long to get this game just to function enough to play through a level. Alright? This game is a fucking garbage travesty. And I am so mad that I waited damn near 20 years to play it. Okay? I am very passionate when I say this. And I feel like I'm very sane when I say this. This game is not a game. It is a test in patience and continuity. It is a test to your fucking sanity. This game does not work. It is garbage. It is bad. I will keep repeating these points until it is in everyone's heads. This game sucks. I waited 20 years to play this shit, and it's bad. It's just bad. No one should play this. No one should get this. If you see this on your cartridge, cry, because it's ruining everything else. Mario Sunshine is Proxy's villain origin story. It is that bad. Man, it is awful. It is, oh my God. You do not understand how bad this game is. You don't understand. You don't get it. You don't understand. You have to play through this shit to understand how fucking terrible this game is. It is horrible. Horrible. I cannot. And you know why I cannot send you the game? Because they only released it for 4 or 5 months. They made a game and made it limited sale for no fucking reason other than they wanted everyone to jack up the price and for scalpers to buy the game and make you pay $400 to $500 for a single copy. And then they're like, why is everyone emulating our games? That is why, Nintendo. And you know what? Even if they're able to emulate this game, no one plays it. No one plays Sunshine. You ever notice? Tons of people speedrun Mario 64. Plenty of people speedrun Mario Galaxy, 3D World. You know, even Mario Wonder. Everyone speedruns those games. But nobody speedruns Mario Sunshine. And you know why? Because the game is garbage. It is bad. Terrible. I can't even send you the game. That is how bad it is. I can't even send you it. They were so ashamed of this release, they only released it for a few months. That is how bad it was. No, the reason is they wanted to make as much money as possible, so they tried to scare everybody into buying it right away, so everyone would run to the thing and we gotta buy it now, before it's gone. But not many people bought it. I got it on a release because I wanted to play Mario Sunshine and Galaxy, and I wanted to try out Mario 64. And I ended up regretting it a lot. Bro, I feel so lucky I found a place when I can get Nintendo games, even new ones for like $25. I'm happy that you found that, man. Most Nintendo games release at $60 and they never go on sale. Except this one's not even on sale. You can't buy it. You can only get it now through scalpers and offline sellers. I'm getting on my Switch now. Good luck. Good luck. That's all I offer is like, good luck. Good luck getting a copy. And may God have mercy on your soul when you play Sunshine. Because holy shit, that is awful. It is genuinely the worst. Please, please, I will be there for you when you play this game. I don't own the Games Box. Oh, I just want to play my Switch. Oh. Okay. That is all I have to say about Sunshine without completely losing my fucking mind. Nintendo, if you've learned anything from Mario All-Stars, please don't release this game again. Please, I'm begging you. I would like some less. Is playing Mario Sunshine worse than most human torture methods? Yes, I guarantee if you put this in front of a tormented prisoner, they would ask for their fingernails to get ripped off before they'd play that. No, all my left Joy-Cons are dead. Boo. They would beg for more toenail ripping before they'd ever want to play Sunshine. Bad game. Bad game. I'm getting so mad. My dog has to comfort me. Here, you want to say hi? I'm getting so mad. My dog has to comfort me because I have heart problems. Also, say hi to Bear, guys. I got through the All-Stars because I never played Mario 64 or Mario Sunshine or Mario Galaxy. I played Mario Galaxy, and I deeply enjoy Mario Galaxy. Mario 64 was alright. I didn't really enjoy it, but it was alright. I understood why it was the way it was. Sunshine was terrible, though. Terrible. Terrible. Awful, you see. Awful. Bad game. Bad. I've been repeating myself for like 20 minutes. I'm literally losing my voice because I've been yelling. I think I gotta end this stream and go get some water or chill out. So it is now canon that Proxy sends people to a dungeon where you have to 100% Sunshine. Oh yeah, that's my new torture method when you steal my Pringles. You have to play Sunshine. New torture method. When you steal my Pringles, I'll send you to go play Sunshine on the Nintendo Switch. Yeah, I'm evil like that. I make you play the Switch version. That's even worse. Because even the cutscenes are broken on the Switch version, which is shocking. I didn't think you could break cutscenes, and yet here we are. Cutscenes that are out of frame and you can't tell what the fuck's going on in them. Nintendo, please. Don't release this game again. Please give us less of this. Please. Please, Nintendo. We don't want any more. It's like, do you guys notice though, after this release, no one wanted them to re-release another Mario game? Did you notice that? Everyone said, no more, no more, no thank you. It was that bad of a release. Anyway, I gotta go. Got stuff to handle. I just wanted to complain for 20 minutes, and now we're almost going 45 now. So I gotta log off. But I hope you guys all enjoyed me losing my shit for 45 minutes talking about Mario games and complaining. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Talk to you guys later. Sorry about yelling and freaking out. Bye, guys.